All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and our home team. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten, and we're off in Week 4.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A run with Smallwood. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. Catch it. Alert, 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 alert. Double up. Check it.
Now Rosen looking to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Barber. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo. You draw Corkins. Ready to go. Let's go.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
Now Greer, and he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Here we
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Undercross,
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Greer looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47.
Get ready.
They'll run the draw with Barber. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
From the gun, here's Barber. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
X3, 218, chop it. Snap.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up awfully close to a first down, but by the looks of it, might be a yard shy. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it.
53 to Mike, 53, check 53.
They'll try it now with Barber. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
And it brings up 3rd down.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Throws it from his end zone on 3rd and long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Let's take it inside his own 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Ready. 10-2 start.
Mike, let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Pilot, 64, weak. 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. The 20. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Here's Barber. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Check 13.
Ready.
Give to the fullback. This is Watt. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Barber. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. Charger football to start quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10, it's Rosen again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Check your hot read.
On 3rd down, Rosen. It's complete to Grant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check 9, check 9.
Check.
Jim. Middle.
Rosen to throw again. throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Smallwood. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Big Dan.
On 2nd and 9. Rosen over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Protein spell.
Switch gears, switch gears.
Now a first down throw, Greer. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, Haywood!
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Check!
Recon, 132 fighter! We trip!
They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey. 4 down.
Greer on 3rd down. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the ready.
53's the mic.
You must be dreaming.
On 1st down, it's Greer. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead. Well, this game is, of course, part of the NFL 100 series, and the historical significance here goes back to that 1981 AFC divisional round game, dubbed the Epic in Miami. Others called it the game that no one should have lost. Boy, you had so many great plays in there. The hook and ladder, the end of the second quarter by the Dolphins. Remember Kellen Winslow, future Hall of Famer, getting carried off exhausted in that contest. Over 1,000 total yards between the two teams, and led by Dan Fouts, the Chargers pulled off the 3-point win in overtime. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Central West.
Throwing on third down, Greer. And now another one thrown incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 11 at the 7-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check back. Check back. Hey, alert, alert.
Christian, travel.
Right quarter. No. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Right.
They run with Pumphrey. And an alley to run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back. Shoot.
They'll run here with Balaj. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Middle.
Looking to throw on second down. Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson, options out left. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Check, roll out.
Check out right.
Hit it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
6 guys, check 6 guys. Check 52, 36, 36.
And now it's Rosen looking. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Rosen now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. 80. Check the back. Alert, alert, alert. Watch the whip.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All day, every day. Hug. Check alert. Check 99. Check. Lucky.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burned the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, check 2061, matchbox lights. Bravo. Get it.
Back to throw, Greer. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Greer. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the 2nd half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Connect. 180. 3 behind. Monday. Check 20 behind. Monday. Set. No.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run again with Pumphrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Right. 80.
Mike 49. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
First down, a run with Smallwood. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now.
Alert 3. Alert 3.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
From the 17, Rosen. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
80.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check safety.
Now it's Rosen, and he whips that one incomplete there. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Tighten up. Check. Crunch.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base?
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Connect. 80. 80. Hug.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Check. Fresno.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And this is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Rosen will throw. And this is Parker, complete. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Greer now. 5 straight completions here this second half. 1st and 10. Greer, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Greer on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Hey, Zoo.
To throw on 3rd down. Greer. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
Rock it.
On play action. Greer to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's get it. Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
Watch the pass.
Topper. Ready.
A shotgun snap for Greer. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Kill, kill, kill. Alert, alert, alert.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. For Kidder here, it's complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Kill, kill, kill.
Hug, hug, hug.
Kill, kill.
Out, 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 out. Monday.
Switch.
They run it with Balaj. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Chargers' 43-yard line.
Get him, get him, get him. Watch twist, watch twist.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And this is caught. It's Parker. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Slam, slam. Alert, alert.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Got it. 49 to Mutt, 49 to Mutt. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Jackson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Monday.
Check.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Switch. Check.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
He don't want it. Kill. Check 15.
To throw is Rosen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Sanders' kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
We got this.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Under 10.
On 1st down, Smallwood, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he coughed it up. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Let's go.
Throwing on third down, Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The Dolphins on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Rosen to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Greer again. He gets this one to Johnson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now Greer. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Greer on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 7-yard line. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. Will Greer with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there. Playing
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check. Hey. Check.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Rosen. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Hey, Charlie.
On 1st and 10, Greer. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Greer. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Ready.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
High 7.
From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. And that's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, Alpha.
Let's go.
Here we go on 4th. Greer. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big
as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
6 guys. Name on there. Check 52.
Balaj. 20. And just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 49 yards on the ground. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Rosen to a knee, and that ought to do it. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about him taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for Miami, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.